Good morning, everybody. Hey, GW here with NC Aquaponics doing another garden update for you here. And what we're going to lead off with is this monstrosity right here. This is the tomato tree. Just measured it, and it is actually from the top of the dirt all the way to the top 6 feet 5 inches to this point. And the cool thing about it, we didn't think we were going to get any fruit on it because it just didn't and didn't and didn't. And then, as I weave my way to it, we actually found, well, this is a new one right there. But there's the big one right there. One big old tomato plant, and then we saw that one, and you know, probably a couple more that are gonna come in here, and man, the tree smells good. Oh look, there's another one right there. Check it out. Discovering stuff with you guys. What fun. Another thing I'm definitely on the lookout this season for is those darned horned tomato worms. I haven't found any yet. I even haven't found any of the eggs on the leaves yet, but I'm just looking for them, and if I find them, I'm definitely gonna give them to my fish. We have pulled some squash off our plants here. We got one growing there, but it's too yellow right now. A tiny baby squash there. They started to get a little leggy because, again, yeah, I planted them a little on the close side and 2 back together, but we'll go ahead and just learn for next year, as everybody should do. I have you know, put these up to where I had the dirt the last year, and let them grow, covered them up, let them grow, covered them up, and now I'm gonna wait for these potato plants to grow, flower, and die off, and then I'm gonna harvest them, and I'll do another video for that. Then I'll save like 2 of the bigger ones and let them sprout and replant them all over again. By that time it probably will be time to start growing these inside, or have this thing chopped down and my, you know, plastic over my hoop house. But it's either that, or I'm going to go to the local Big Lots. They've got a greenhouse that's 4 foot by 4 foot by 6 feet tall. May pick up 2 of those and just completely enclose this entire area here, and then give my brother my hoop house. I don't know. My cherry red, the husky cherry tomato tree. No, I'm still thinking trees. Plant, doing well. Those tomatoes in the bottom there, that's what came off during the hailstorm, and they've just ripened up there. I just let the dirt take it back. Pulled off one of the tomatoes earlier today. Here is one that'll come off this afternoon when we get back. We have plenty of stuff coming off of that. We got 1, 2 of them. Ooh, there's a 3rd and 4th one. All right. I get excited about tomatoes, am I? But that's the 4th plant we have, and we have plants 5, 6, and 7 over here. And 8. So, you know, we've got the tomatoes there and there. So we're doing well with tomatoes. The squash plant, and for those that don't know, this is my rain gutter grow system. What up, Larry Hall? So, you know, the squash, it got beat the crap out of, you know, with the hailstorm and everything. But I've got new leaf growth here, which is just really cool. And it's still fruiting, you know, even though it's stretched a little bit. You know, I'm just gonna let it go. I actually had to take this is empty because I had to take the Jericho lettuce out. It was not bolting real fast, but it was getting really, really bitter and just untasty. You know, my basil leaves, they're doing, or basil plant, they're doing fine. You know, I got a prune some of the leaves off the bottom. I already did some the other day. This broccoli, you know, it's florets. They are, let me switch over my camera modes. The florets, you know, they're a little tighter this time. Talked with, you know, my mom. She was like, it's probably because of the heat, because it's been rather hot here. You know, North Carolina, we start off at 7 a.m. with 90% humidity, and it just kind of trickles down to about 80, but it's still kind of muggy around here. On this tomato plant, a little heart-shaped tomato. And then, you know, we got other tomatoes coming in over here. And I'm sorry, folks, this is on the fuzzy side most of the time when I get a little on the close side with this camera. And you know, we got tomatoes over here on this plant, and she's just growing nice and tall. Now I got this one little offshoot right here off of this plant grew outside of my tomato cage, so I gotta tie a rope around the bottom of this just to keep this tomato plant from leaning over. And then my strawberries, this one I had planted as a root. This new growth here, and here, I had transplanted as these offshoot, this type, you know, from this, the cuttings I took off of my aquaponic system and planted there just to see if it would work, and it sure did, and happy about that. The other thing we've got going on here is, well, that strawberry bush is doing well, and we're getting some more strawberries off of it. The basil over here, that's looking nice. We got the one pepper so far. Kind of disappointed. I wanted some more peppers, but still holding out hope. They still got some growing to do. And the cucumbers, those are still looking nice. And you see all my lovely flowers over here off of my broccoli. I've got to cut all that off and let them grow again. But you know, it's either cut them off and let them grow again, or just yank them out. But I think for right now, I'm just gonna let it look nice. Maybe I'll have some volunteer broccoli. I don't know if that ever happens. The other white ones you see here, that's all from my wife's radish plants. We just haven't picked those up yet. The broccoli, silly me. The celery back there, you know, it's looking nice and thick at the bases. It's still not as thick as I'd like it to be, but you know, I might pull that stuff up here soon and just have some good old peanut butter and celery snack. Carrots doing fine. Onions looking nice and thick and strong, and I'll pull up one of those and see how we're doing later. In here, as you can hear, I'm gonna say hey to my dog Luna. Hi Luna! Hi! Hi! Okay, so it's looking a little empty, I know, because I had this one big, you know, plant, and it was a weed. I successfully grew a really large weed in here, and it just wasn't happening with me. I didn't want a weed in here, so I just pulled it out, and I put a couple of tomato plant seeds in there. So we'll see if they decide to pop up. Pour a little basil, you know, the LED light, you know, we put that in. It just, there's just no beating natural, constant, all through the day sunlight. And I know it's just a plain white LED, and it's not like the $300 and $500 LEDs that people sell. I just don't believe there's anything that would beat natural sunlight, because this is a not lettuce, the other green leafy vegetable that escapes me at the moment. It'll come to me. Cabbage, there we go, thanks. Yeah, cabbage plant that hasn't done too marvelous. And you can see even this, which I think is a green pepper plant, is trying to walk its way over to where this system gets sunlight in the afternoon as well as like the first couple of hours in the morning. My fish in here, so I had a couple more of the, look, it's me in the reflection. I had a couple more of the goldfish die off. I got one goldfish left, and I've got, as you can see, 5 of the brim left. My plan is to go get those refilled over at Foster's Lake Management, get a couple more brim, or find out what else they got there. My attempt to, get some tilapia, it's been a little bit on the expensive side if you get them in. I'm still going to go check with the Chinese grocery store, or the Grand Asian market, and see if they'll, they said they would sell me some, but I want some smaller ones so I can grow them up. But unless they have some small ones, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy some normal native fish we have here to North Carolina. I'll run you over here to my neighbor's tomato plants that I helped her out with these big old 5-gallon buckets, and these aren't that hard to help people out with, and she's having lots of fun doing that. She's pretty happy with it. So that's the update. I am going to be doing some other things with my garden as far as, planting in this empty bucket I have. I'm going to put 2 more feet on it, and I'll keep talking about it, so one of these days I have to do it. And we'll let you know what's going on. I've still have some time, and still have some fruit or some vegetables here to donate to the Plant a Row for the Hungry. It's not going to be too much this year, but anything helps. I'm going to get on with my day. Get on with yours. Keep your fingers dirty. And we will see you on the next trip. Guys, have a nice one. I forgot one more thing. If you won't mind subscribing up there, giving me a thumbs up down there if you like it, or thumbs down, whatever. Any kind of publicity is a publicity. And then thank you very much for watching.